As the White House continues to navigate the rising cost of gas Americans are now experiencing as a result of the war overseas, there are rumblings that the Biden administration is possibly cozying up with another authoritarian, Venezuela's Nicolás Maduro. For years, the U.S. relationship with the oil-rich South American nation has been stalled, but a recent visit has some wondering if the U.S. is trading one tyrant in for another. ABC's Mireya Villarreal brings us this report.
Captives for nearly 5 years, U.S. oil executives Gustavo Cárdenas and Jorge Fernández are finally home with their families in the United States. They are just 2 of at least 8 Americans the U.S. believes were held in Venezuelan prisons as political leverage. Their release, a direct result of quiet negotiations between the Biden administration and Nicolás Maduro, the country's dictator and regional pariah.
Toda nuestra voluntad para desde la diplomacia, desde el respeto y desde la máxima esperanza de un mundo mejor, nosotros poder avanzar en una agenda que permita el bienestar y la paz.
The U.S. recently sent a special presidential envoy to continue talks, the first trip of its kind to Venezuela in over 20 years.
We will never let up anywhere, at any time, in the efforts to bring Americans who are unjustly detained back home.
President Maduro has been at odds with America since coming into power. His second-term win in the 2018 elections over U.S.-backed Juan Guaidó, widely seen as fraudulent, with the U.S. continuing to recognize Guaidó as Venezuela's rightful president.
Hemos unificado el reclamo en una sola exigencia: el fin de la usurpación, convocar elecciones presidenciales realmente libres en Venezuela. Única y clara exigencia, no nos tendremos hasta lograrlo.
Already on the brink of collapse, Venezuela's economy has been in a downward spiral since Maduro's initial rise to power in 2014. His iron fist pushing the once prosperous nation into near economic collapse, where 3 in 4 residents now live in extreme poverty. The dire conditions triggering one of the worst refugee crises in the world, with nearly 6 million Venezuelans fleeing violence, financial insecurity, and hunger. Families crossing over into neighboring Colombia and beyond with nothing more than a suitcase. The Venezuela crisis touching America's own shores. In recent years, hundreds of thousands of refugees streaming into the U.S., searching for better living conditions and work opportunities. The crisis exacerbated by alleged political corruption within Venezuela and worsened by harsh U.S. and regional sanctions on oil, the country's biggest export.
Quieren nuestro petróleo, quieren nuestra riqueza. Esta es la guerra del petróleo.
After the U.S. announced its ban on the import of Russian oil and amid a flurry of sanctions aimed at stopping the Russian invasion of Ukraine, gas prices in the U.S. are soaring, forcing top leaders to search for a solution to soften the blow. Venezuela's oil could make up for some of that shortfall, but its oil is heavy, producing high sulfur and emissions, meaning the quality does not live up to international standards. This, coupled with Maduro's apparent allyship with Putin, has drawn criticism. Just 9 days ago, Maduro tweeting his support of the invasion of Ukraine, seemingly aligning himself with a man who's been accused of some of the same atrocities. Biden now facing bipartisan backlash for thawing relations with the authoritarian nation.
The democratic aspirations of the Venezuelan people, much like the resolve and courage of the people of Ukraine, are worth more than a few thousand barrels of oil.
Why on earth would we trade one oil-rich dictator for another?
Even if sanctions were rolled back, experts say Venezuela's oil industry is ill-prepared to ramp up after years of neglect and mismanagement. But with political pressure to ease America's pain at the pump, the White House seems to be keeping the door to a deal open with Venezuela's dictator for now.
Our thanks to Mireya for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.